October is looking pretty amazing for new VR game releases, so here's 10 of them I think we need to talk about. First on the list is obviously Batman Arkham Shadow, and is easily one of the most anticipated VR games of all time for me personally. In case you missed it, I went hands-on with Batman at Gamescom using the Meta Quest 3, and again at Meta Connect with the Meta Quest 3S, and it's left me wanting more every time. The price has now been shared at $50, which makes it one of the most expensive VR games I will be reviewing in quite some time, but with the developers quoting similar playthrough times of Arkham Asylum, which I completed again only last week on a flat screen, it may well end up being worth the money. We also learned that Batman will be free with every new Meta Quest 3S and Meta Quest 3 headset sold, so if you're thinking of pre-ordering, I've placed my affiliate links down in the video description where you can earn $30 Metastore cash just by using the link. Things I'm looking forward to most when I get hands-on again with Batman for the review is to really go in-depth with the combat and unlock more moves using the Wayne tech points, exploring the open world area which they have mentioned and is apparently very similar to the courtyard area in Arkham Asylum, connecting all the dungeons. Technically Batman is already one of the best VR games I've seen and played in a very long time, so October 22nd can't come soon enough and you can expect my full review very soon. Arizona Sunshine Remake is coming October 17th and is a built from the ground up remake of the original. Now I've only played it on PC and PSVR2, but the developers recently shared some Meta Quest 3 gameplay and it's looking pretty awesome for a standalone. I've also been hands-on and seen the Quest version of Metro, which was actually very impressive, so I definitely have high hopes for this version too. I'm not sure which version I'll get access to first for my upcoming video, but as always I'll try to share my thoughts on all platforms for the review. You'll find my affiliate links to all these games that I talk about today if they're available in this video's description that can save you 10% on every single game you purchase, and it's a great way to support the channel if you want to go ahead and take the risk pre-ordering. Today's video is sponsored by Breaches for a couple of awesome reasons. Firstly, if you haven't picked this game up, you can get it right now with 50% off using the code that is displayed right now on the screen on the MetaQuest store. They've recently added tons of new features like bot takeover, a party system, in-game leveling, and gun skins. There's also 2 new game modes, control point and ranked competitive mode. When you jump in, you'll see they've increased the map count too, with new maps added called Ship, Arctic, Outpost, and Dam, and with more planned before the end of 2024, but that's not all. Season 2 is starting end of October, and now is a great time to jump in and do some training for when Season 2 starts. To be clear, this is one of the best competitive multiplayer VR shooters right now, and I've featured it many times on the channel on all platforms, and I highly recommend it. But if you're still not sure, they have now activated try before you buy, so jump in and check it out. EXO Cars is probably the biggest surprise for me on this list, and is actually looking pretty sweet right now. It's coming October 17th from the developers behind Omega Pilot, which was an attempt to bring Wipeout to Quest and PCVR, but I'm not sure it ever really got the attention it deserved, as reviews are pretty positive on both stores, but there's just not enough of them. EXO Cars will feature single player and multiplayer races featuring ramps, drifts, and natural obstacles on streets, stadiums, deserts, mountains, and a tropical paradise. There will also be a tournament mode and car customization. Maestro sees you step on the podium and become a true orchestra conductor. You need to master the real hand motions to command the orchestra through an off-the-rail conducting masterclass in a beautiful opera house packed with thousands of music fans. Maestro will feature varying genres, and as someone who isn't that hyped on music games in VR, after playing Trombone Tramp recently at Gamescom, I actually decided I'm going to jump in and start trying these games again, because they are actually much more fun than I realised. So hopefully I'll be going hands-on with this game very soon, and I'll let you know if it's any good. Starship Troopers Continuum is finally confirmed as coming October 31st and is probably one of the most controversial VR game releases for quite some time after all the issues with Hitman VR Reloaded. It's hard to judge exactly what to expect upon the full release since we only have 4 to 5 seconds of actual gameplay to go on, but I'm certain more information and gameplay will drop soon as we get closer to the release date. What we know currently is that Continuum is set 25 years after the original film, and it has single player and 2 to 3 player co-op, which is something I'm personally quite excited to jump into and get hands on with. I'll drop some more info as soon as I find out anything new. Square Enix is coming back to VR in a more traditional sense versus their last offering with Monster of the Deep, if you remember that one on PSVR, and I'm actually pretty excited for this one. It's a 40-hour plus tactical RPG featuring 20 playable characters and was released about 2 years ago on Switch and PC to very positive reviews, and it's coming exclusively to the MetaQuest platform. Now personally, I absolutely love this art style, and it's going to be releasing this October 31st. Next up, we have Dream's Vendetta Forever, which is available right now in the form of a demo, and recently I dropped a gameplay video, and it's definitely a mixed bag of lots of good VR games we know and love. It looks like Pistol Whip, it plays a bit like Super Hot, and has the teleport action movement of Tiger Blade, and has a gameplay variety of WarioWare along with some really cool music. I'm sure the simple visuals might put some people off, but for those of you who enjoy chasing leaderboards and getting the best times, I think you're going to really enjoy it. Phasmophobia is finally coming to PSVR2, but currently the only date stated is October 2024 according to the PS Store. In terms of what to expect, there is over 10 different haunted locations, each with unique twists, hiding spots and layouts. In terms of game modes, there is 5 varying difficulties and daily and weekly challenges. Your job is to search for evidence by going inside these haunted locations using a mixture of ghost haunting tools and find out what sort of ghost is haunting the property, and report your findings to earn a paycheck to buy more and better ghost hunting gear, all the while trying to stay alive. If you find yourself too scared to support your team, you can wait back at the truck and monitor the investigation via CCTV and motion sensors. Now, to be clear, this is the only game of this genre I can't actually play on my own, and I've never even completed the tutorial. It's simply that scary for me, but I will play it online with others. I think just having people around me just makes me feel better. I'm looking forward to the re-release on PSVR2, as it's already available on PCVR, to do some new gameplay, most likely with Beardo Benjo. Wanderer was one of the best VR games I played back in 2022 and is still one of the most unique VR experiences I've ever had, with a mix of action, puzzles and time travelling, making the whole thing exceptionally unique to experience. The various time periods were all interesting and all fantastic to explore due to being very beautifully made, and the voice work was perfect. The music was also great, and the time travelling puzzles make you feel like you're really clever. This game had so much thought put into it, and now a remaster known as Wanderer Fragments of Fate is coming to PCVR, PSVR2, MetaQuest 2 and MetaQuest 3, and promises better graphics, new gameplay features, and I can't wait to experience it all over again. Not many VR games get a remaster, but Wanderer is definitely worthy of being one of them. Tactical Assault VR is a very popular close quarters battle FPS that has been consistently in the top 20 selling games on the MetaQuest store since summer, and is now getting a new update called Hammer Fire on October 29th. The update includes a new Tactical Assault map called Hammer Fire, a new hardcore mode that will be available on all missions, and finally the LMG weapon class that I've been asking for. The weapons have been revamped and are much more detailed, and this includes sights and scopes. In the new Hammer Fire mission, you have to fight your way through a large village towards the high value target's compound, destroy a helicopter, reach the compound and eliminate the high value target shown in the trailer. Don't let the visuals fool you on this one if you haven't played it. This game is excellent and can be played with up to 6 players on Quest and up to 8 players on PCVR. Thank you ever so much for watching the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Good. Get it open.